Hey everybody, I'm Amanda. Welcome to my channel. Today you are getting a behind the scenes look at my Inktober challenge. So I have been doing a lettering Bible challenge instead of drawing out every day in October. So here I have the 17th. It is the one I didn't film me actually lettering this one. My Tombow Funasuki, I think that's how you say it, brush pen. Just a simple, I just wanted it all black, just a simple calligraphy style here, and this is Abide in Me, the first part of John 15:4. And then I go in with my Tombow Mono drawing pen to write the reference in. So that was the 18th. For the 19th, we have John 15:5b, so just the next verse. Jesus is still talking here, and he says, "Apart from me, you can do nothing." So here I was just kind of laying it out in my head, trying to see how it would all fit. That's one thing that I do before I start to letter. Just kind of get a visual for where the words are going to fit on the page, if I can put two words on one line, if I need to do a skinny line like the from. I wanted it to be a little more skinny and kind of more loopy, I guess. Probably my least favorite part about doing something like this is picking the colors. I've never been great at picking which colors go together. These colored brush pens are my Crayola dual tip markers. They have a brush marker on one end and then a bullet tip on the other end. Now this is called black. I don't know if you can tell. It almost looks like a deep army green. I'm not in love with it. Like if you compare it to the Funasuki on the other side of the page, it looks like a dark green. So I'm not sure how I feel about that, but once I started, I couldn't stop. Alright, so there it is for the 19th. The 20th, we have I Shall Not Be Shaken. This is a psalm, Psalm 1686. Capital letters are always a little more tricky for me. I like writing lowercase letters better, so I should probably practice my uppercase letters a little bit more. Here I ran out of room. I was kind of sad that I had to squish my L's together, but I didn't leave enough space. So here I am doing some faux calligraphy with the bullet side of my Crayola dual tip brush markers. So that's kind of a fun hack if you don't know how to brush letter. If you're not comfortable with it, you can just go in and then add a second line to your downstroke, so whenever your brush goes down, you can add just a little line on the side to make it look thicker there, to give it that faux calligraphy look. So there's the 21st, or excuse me, the 20th. Here we have the 21st. Now this is a longer one, and I wasn't quite sure how it was all gonna fit. This is, "He who began a good work in you will bring it to completion." This is Philippians 1:6. So I was kind of nervous about trying to fit all of that on. And again, my color selection, I'm not sure that I love it, but that's okay. You live and you learn. So here's more faux calligraphy. This is just with my mono drawing pen. This is the 03. I probably should have used my 05 here, actually, now that I'm watching it back. I like being able to do different fonts within one lettering prompt. It kind of makes it a little bit more visually appealing. Okay. Here's a question for you. Those of you who brush letter, are double O's as tricky for you as they are for me? I can never get my O's to look very good. So they're in good. It's always hard to connect that second O. So if you have any tricks for me, please help me out down in the comments. I'd love to gain wisdom from you. Here I'm going to jump and go ahead and do completion so that I have enough room for that, and then I will go back up to write the words it and to. And I realized I was running out of room, so I had to kind of smush them in. So here I go back in with the bullet side tip of one of my markers. And then I go back in with the reference. Okay, so this next day I actually did both of them on the same day. The 22nd, we have be content with what you have. This is something that I really need to work on, especially the more that I get into these little hobbies. So the more that I get into brush lettering, the more markers I want, or the more that I get into, you know, watercoloring, the more watercolors I want. You name it. It's easy to want lots and lots of supplies, but here let me encourage you that you can achieve several different looks and styles with the same marker. Or even just all black. So I wanted to do this with just black. I think that I actually prefer those whenever I do black. The color, when I don't like my color combinations, I think it distracts. So I wanted to just do black here, mix up the fonts again, and it really just helps the message shine through. I like the look of whenever I spread out the letters. That's what I'm doing there. This is probably my favorite one of this week. My hand kind of slipped there on the V, but just go in and fix it a little bit. And this is Hebrews 13:5b. And then the next one is just one word. The beginning of Matthew 28:19 starts with a command. It says, go. I thought this was pretty fitting. Our missions conference is coming up this weekend, and so it's going to be focusing on going to those just right across the street. We don't have to go to another country to spread the good news, and so the command here in Matthew is telling us to go. I hope you enjoyed this. Please consider subscribing if you would like more content from me. Until next time.